Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Style with Carol, and today we are going to be styling my pantry. So let's get it. We are going to do a lot of organizing. I'm going to be showing you some tips and tricks. And before we, do anything, this is how my pantry looks. Kind of everything all over the place. I'm sure some of you may be able to relate to the fact that your pantry just gets so disorganized over time. Things are getting misplaced, and it's not like I don't have things labeled, because I have things labeled, but I'm just not putting them in the right spot. Step number 1 is to declutter, my friends. And declutter I did because I took everything out of that pantry, start placing it in, on the bottom, and then I eventually moved it, and I found some random things. That was like one of Louis' little his outfits. I love them. It's amazing what you'll find in your pantry once you start cleaning. It was something, y'all. I never realized how many unused boxes of tissue papers I had in my pantry till cleaning everything up. I'm just like, goodness gracious. And you'll see some of them are here and there. And basically, I'm glad that I had things organized in a bin or together somewhat, because it was easier to clean out when I was clearing it all out for you all. Another valuable tip is to make sure you clean off the base that you're gonna put everything in. Just wipe it with a damp cloth or a damp napkin or a microfiber cloth, and that just makes the place a little bit more clean and dust free. If you like how I did my pantry wooden board, stay tuned because I'll be showing that to you next. As promised, here's what I did. The stickers are from Dollar Tree. I think they're like the wallpaper stickers or whatnot, but you can very easily find it in Dollar Tree. It's usually where the lining items are, but you might have to take a look. But these I actually had extra of, and so I made something else for it. But this is basically how I did the boards, and I just used any black cardboard paper, and literally I measured all my shelves and just made sure that they fit according to the shelves. And to actually cut it, I used an X-Acto knife. Made life so much easier. So definitely recommend doing this easy DIY Dollar Tree pantry hack. Very simple, and the end product looks great. I get questions about it all the time, and it's very simple to do. It does take some time, but I love how everything turned out, and yeah, very simple, as you can see. We're almost done cleaning up the pantry, as you can see, and this is how the board looks like when it's all put together. They're just pieces of, the material that I showed you earlier. By the way, I'm recovering from a cold, so I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little weary, because, it's been a lot trying to get through and get healthy. Right now I'm cleaning out, this is one of my favorite, the label tools. I'll show you all how I use my label tool. And that's basically the little label stickers that you see on the Dollar Tree bins, the white bins behind me. I've used the label machine. One of my favorite green planter is this artificial planter that I have in the pantry. And it just creates such a cool touch to it. And I think it goes perfectly with the wooden boards. This flour jar is from Target. They still have it. I just saw it the other day going to the Target store, but I like using that in the pantry because it definitely makes a big statement. The pantry is also a great place to store your tissue paper rolls. It's easy, accessible, makes life so much easier because, you have your supplies right next to you. The cleaning stage of the pantry is almost over. we can get ready to organize soon. But the first step is always the hardest step, clearing it out. These storage containers, by the way, I got from Amazon. I'll give you the link below. To make things faster, I recommend you get a helping hand. I ended up asking my hubby for help to assist me with the top portion of our pantry while I stand on a little ladder. I recommend you get these bins for your pantry too, because it just made things very easy to categorize and organize. And that's the main thing you want to do when organizing your pantry, is making sure that everything that are liked items can be in the same place. This panini grill was like a wedding gift. I still haven't got a chance to use it, but it was funny because I was wondering where it was, and I knew we had something along those lines. So now I found it. Now I will make sure to actually use it and put it in a place that it's easily visible so I don't forget about it. Bear with me, we're almost there. We're right to the end line. Cleaning up is always the hardest, and taking everything out, oh my goodness. It's a pain, but I assure you it is very worth it. This is the part where I had the hubby help clear out the pantry. So he'll say hi in a few. There he is. You see his head popping. So cute. I love him. So yeah, now he's just helping me out. I finally decided, you know what? This pantry needs more than just one person. So I had to get everything out from the top, and pretty much the same routine: clear everything out, wipe it. And the top areas where we had a lot of boxes stored, so it was interesting to find all these random things that, you know, I never clearly looked for before because they're so high up. It's kind of not in your reach. And you know the saying, out of sight, out of mind? That's pretty much how I felt with all these boxes. They were out of sight, out of mind. So a lot of them I ended up eventually throwing away to make space. And you can see I'm just like tossing them at that point for the empty ones. We have game board pieces here too. Fortunately, these pieces will have a permanent home soon once our basement is completed. So very excited and looking forward to that. So I had to change my outfit, you all. It was just getting too hot trying to clean up this pantry. And by outfit, I just mean top. Literally, all I changed was my top, but I felt so exhausted. It felt like the whole entire outfit I had to change. So I'm getting back at work, making sure I'm dusting off the top area as well, because that place probably had the most dust than all the other levels. And I'm using my Swiffer to clean up the floors. And since it didn't do everything, I did use my Mr. Clean solution and just had to go in there hand wiping everything with a paper towel. This is all the mess, everyone. This is how your pantry, when you take it out, it's gonna look like a mess outside of your, you know, pantry area. But I think it's gonna come all together. Look at all these game pieces that we have yet to use. Really need to use, but because of COVID, it's like we couldn't even have parties, so we don't have friends over. These clear containers are very ideal for your pantry because they're clear. It's easy to visually see where things are. Plus, it keeps them nice and fresh. It's also great to have jars, clear jars, and that's where I'm putting in items like these Pocky Sticks. And really utilize the jars to what your household members eat the most, I would say. My hubby and I love these Pocky Sticks. I ended up actually switching them out because there weren't as many Pocky Sticks as I thought there were. And we have a boatload of Cheez-Its. So I utilized the bigger jar for the Cheez-Its packet and the smaller one for the Pocky Sticks. So now that we're done with that, I told you, like a huge box from Costco that I got, these packets of Cheez-Its, because they're one of my husband's favorite snack items to munch on. Comment below on what your favorite snack items are. I would love to know. Very curious. Or if there's any other Cheez-It lovers out there. If you're wondering where I got these jars, my mother-in-law actually gave them to me, and I don't know where they're from, unfortunately. We are finally in the stage of placing all our items back into the pantry now that it's nice and clean. We're getting ready to organize this thing. I recommend starting with a few pieces that you know for sure where they're gonna go. So I added a few decorations that I know I want on the shelves, on the top shelves especially. For the top shelves, I have all my decoration items that I'm gonna be putting in. And then for the next shelves, it'll be the flowers and a few bins here and there. A label maker is a must to organize items. I personally love using the P-Touch label machine because you have so many different options. It prints out your label and it's a sticker. So basically, literally all you do is cut it off, or it has like a little cut off piece. And yes, I have it upside down. Sorry, my apologies. It's always important to reevaluate your labels and see what makes sense for you. A lot of times when you do organize your pantry, you know what you use and what you don't. So the items that you don't necessarily use, you might want to relabel to put items that you want to use. And this is the sticker adhesive that I was telling you all about, that it's so easy. You just literally type it in, prints out, and then you just peel it off and put it where you need it. And I've used this for all my pantry label bins. I also love the fact that you have so many different font styles, frames. It took forever to find this particular, I guess, font and frame, because I thought the frame was a symbol, because you have a symbol option too. So I took a good 30 minutes just to find this thing for you all. Look how beautifully it comes out. You also have other options if you want the white paper to be clear. You can just buy a new, I guess they're called ink, with the labels as well. The ink and paper are a combo, so you definitely have to get them together. I am going to be showing you all how I DIY'd a Dollar Tree item to make bins using just this regular paper board, and I put in the same thing that I put in for my pantry so they can match. And basically, it's just a cardboard piece of scrap that I got from Costco, and I reutilized it so I can put all my canned goods in there. You'll see here how it fits together, and I love how aesthetically it just looks like it all goes together very well. I ended up shifting and moving the tomato cans in the front and the beans in the back. Just seemed to go better because they were bulkier. It's better to put the bulkier items behind and put the more visually appealing ones up in the front. Here's also where I placed the clear containers with the Cheez-Its and Pocky Sticks. Now I am placing all the pasta items in this little corner area here. I've designated for pastas and a few, other items, but it's mainly kind of the little pasta niche with a little bit of, crackers here and there. I ended up actually, rearranging those containers to what it is now. Just making everything look nice and neat. And now going putting all the tissue paper rolls. I have a lot of Bounty tissue papers. Usually I like using the Kirkland brand, but because they're almost always sold out at Costco, I just got the Bounty ones instead. They're a little bit more pricier, but I feel like it's not worth the extra bucks personally for me. I rather just go Costco Kirkland brand all the way. But I guess it's just preference. Now I have my miscellaneous items. Do be careful with that because a lot of times you will forget what's in there because you tend to put whatever doesn't fit in the other items, put there. So I will say be cautious and don't have too many miscellaneous bins. And this is how things are kind of starting to look along and transform. Feels a lot more organized, doesn't it? And these little Dollar Tree bins used for granola bars. And the other one is for these Costco Airwick refresheners that I use around the house to get my house smelling like beautiful fresh lavender or kind of like the laundry fresh linens. Love that smell. These white bins from Dollar Tree are also great to use in your pantry. I prefer just having everything in sync and all the same colors. I feel like it makes a huge difference. Everything looks in sync, yet has their own little label categories, so are easy to find when completed. Now we are going to be adding a few items here and there. I have some plastic plates that I put near the aluminum foil. So we are done with the pantry project. Open 24-hour. Let's take a look and dive in. Welcome to my new organized pantry, you all. Believe it or not, but this is a Dollar Tree pantry. A lot of my storage bins were from Dollar Tree. The farm signs you see are from Dollar Tree as well. And pretty much all the boards, they were made using Dollar Tree items. And I'm very, very happy with how this turned out, considering how very little money I spent. And a lot of the items I just reused. Here's how the top shelf looks. I use this shelf for decorating items, and you can definitely be seasonal and decorate according to the season for your pantry. I truly hope that you found this helpful and inspirational. So get started and decorate or organize your pantry. Now that you've seen somebody do it, I know that you can do it as well. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, my friends. Bye-bye.